After writing the introduction section, you are ready for the methods. The methods section of a research paper is like a story. You tell story. It's a narrative of something happened, how it happened. All stories have the same structure. They have the same components. All stories have characters or roles. In the Cinderella story, you have pretty complex roles. Cinderella, one role. Who else? The prince. And then Cinderella's stepmom, Cinderella's stepsister, and there is also a fairy lady. I don't remember the details of that role. And then you tell the story how something happened, what happened. Cinderella fell in love with the prince, and Cinderella went to the dance party, etc. And then, at last, they got married. In the research methods section of the paper, you talk about the roles, the characters. In the research, the roles are pretty simple and straightforward. One role is a researcher. Who was a researcher? Lee et al. Lee and his colleagues. Who else were in the study? The participants. You describe the participants. You describe the number, how many they are, gender, characteristics, self-identified, gender makeup. Most of them are men. This information are all in the Lee paper, study 1. Altogether, you have 1,391 men and 114 women included in the participants. This is a larger data set. The total data set from Lian et al. And also report the age. They're all working age from 20 to 50 plus. No kids, no minors. And the sample included the sample for this study, this assignment. The sample for this assignment was part of the larger data set. And you explain the N number. And this part is given in the writing assignment. Instructions. In instructions, you have the characteristics of the sample. Altogether, you have 871. That's the total number analyzed in this study. Among the 871 people, 9 individuals reported suicide attempts in the past. 31 reported having interpersonal conflict within the past days. In the methodology section, you talk about the number of people in the sample, and how many had suicide, and how many had interpersonal conflict. The demographics of this sample is assumed to be the same as the larger sample. The gender makeup, the age distribution, should be the same. The unique characteristic, this sample's uniqueness, is that some of them reported suicide, some of them reported having interpersonal conflict. After you talk about the sample, the participants, you talk about the procedure, what happened, how it happened, what did the different characters do, what did Cinderella do, what did the prince do. The researcher basically gave the participants questionnaires to complete. There are two instruments. One instrument used was SL90 for testing the symptoms, self-report symptoms. You describe that. And there's another like a little instrument called, the name was Health Risk Behavior Screening Scale. The 871 participants completed both SL90 and this risk behavior screening scale. You give a description of the questionnaires. When you're describing SL90, you describe the different global scores, the global symptom index, positive symptom total, positive symptom distress index, what they mean, how they were calculated. But you don't want to be too repetitive with the introduction section. In the introduction section, you already said something about the SL90. You don't have to repeat yourself. Make sure that you cover all the details in the whole paper. Avoid repetition as much as possible to make the paper concise. You have these two instruments, how they were given, and the way the instruments were delivered is in the paper, where the participant completed the instruments at their workplace, in their work site, not at home. That means that these expatriates completed the questionnaires while they are overseas, away from home, on their overseas assignments. Here you describe what was the setting. They completed the instrument, joined a mental health education program, mental health training sessions. You look for detailed information about the procedure. Was a questionnaire completed anonymously? Did the participant have to give their names and identities? A bit important. This would be the methodology. In this paper, the methods are pretty simple and straightforward. You have two questionnaires, and you have 871 participants. All the participants complete the same questionnaires, same two surveys. No treatment conditions, no different groups. But you got to explain the procedure. How were the questionnaires given? Were they given individually or were they given in groups? In this case, the questionnaires were given in groups during mental health training sessions. After you complete the methodology section, you are ready for the results. You are ready for the data analysis.